Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Sunday the 21st of December. As always, timecodes will be in the description if you just want to skip ahead to one endeavour that you're stuck on. You just don't want to listen to all the other stuff. So this set here, it's pretty good. Just before that, I just want to point out there is going to be a maintenance. It should be tomorrow at about 2 hours before this video comes out normally. So yeah, just be prepared for that. It's only going to last 4 hours this time, so it shouldn't be too bad. Also, did anyone have to put in their, like, you know how it doesn't, it's like not a trusted computer, you know, where you got to go to your email and get like the code to put in just before you can actually log in? I had that happen on all of my accounts randomly today, so I don't know if they've just like reset something, but usually mine, like they happen at different intervals. It was very weird. So yeah, if you've experienced that too, just, you're not alone. Anyway, so this set here, I'd go anything except for a Battleground match. This one's pretty easy because regardless of what happens, you win or you lose, it always works. The only problem I have with Battlegrounds is sometimes the queue can be painstakingly long. Like anywhere from 5 minutes, sometimes it can be quick, to 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, more than that. So because it's so haphazard and unreliable, I don't really bother with this option. Most of the time, the queue, for how long it takes, I can do some of these other options here way quicker than that, so I just don't usually bother. But just understand, regardless of what happens, you just do one Battleground and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna start with Flesh Atronachs. Now bear with me here, because I think to conveniently do this stuff, you do Flesh Atronachs and Versus first, and then you can jump to a Guildhall to do Mundus Stone boons, and then from a Guildhall you can jump to Imperial City to do the Deconstructing one very easily. If you don't have access to Imperial City though, you would probably be better off just doing this one first then. But yeah, just all in due time, it's fine. If you don't have Imperial City, you can just do that one anytime you want, essentially. I'll show you the two options for that. But yeah, I'm just going to start with Flesh Atronachs for now. This is the only place I would personally look at for anything Flesh Atronach related. Dolmens also do work, but just bear in mind that there's probably 20 different enemies that can spawn at a Dolmen, and only two of those will work for this. The Flesh Abominations and the Flesh Atronachs both work, but yeah, the odds of you getting those enemies specifically and it not taking ages is quite low. That being said, in the Golden Pursuits, you've got 15 treasure chests. Where's that option? I probably went past it. There. So with this one here, Dolmens is a pretty good way to do this. So if you want to get Flesh Atronachs at the same time, that is a decent choice. But I would only really do it if you want to do this one at the same time, because treasure chest isn't too bad of an option. It's one of the later ones I've chosen for the Golden Pursuit. Sorry, I should also point that out. The Golden Pursuit, all the recording is done. I've just got to edit everything and then join it together and then upload it. It will take some time, probably a few days, but it's on the way. Alright, so getting to a Flesh Atronach spot, Abermath here. The quickest way to get here, if you've never been before, there's two ways I would suggest you look at. Oh, goddamn, hold on. So one way is to use home tours. I've got a video in the description explaining how to use home tours to get around. It's basically just like having a bunch of free way shrines unlocked as soon as you create a character. So you can use Dunechar Plateau, just come over here, go down this way, down into the water, and just travel over here. I would personally get this way shrine and then travel to Abermath, so you've got easy access in the future, and maybe get this way shrine too later, because getting right here is like the quickest way. That being said, there are a couple of Flesh Atronachs over here that you can use. So this here is a Flesh Atronach. The easiest way to know is like, yeah, just a big hunk of skin, and they've also got this torch on their hand. The torch is usually the first thing you'll spot. They're pretty tanky, but they're quite easy to take down. So we've got another one there. Come up here. Got another one here. Normally this place is fucking packed, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe because Endeavours have just swapped over. So we got one there, one there. So that'll be enough just straight away to get this done. Now, if this place is really busy, you're going to struggle to get your Flesh Atronachs as quickly. But in most situations, this is going to be quicker than doing Versus in the Infinite Archive. But if you don't want to bother with this, if there's just too many players around, it's just way too much of a fucking hassle, just to do 2 Versus instead after doing these 2 here, because... Or before, it's up to you. But yeah, I would pick one of these 2 and then choose the other 2 options here, because they'll be the quickest. But yeah, this one here, this will be guaranteed to take you like 5 or 5 minutes or so. This one here will be quicker potentially, but could be slower, just depending on how many players there are. Because Infinite Archive, it's instant, so you don't have to worry about players in there. So to travel here, this is the location to get there. You can travel to this from any way shrine in the game, regardless of what DLCs you own. It's actually a base game one, and it's unlocked as soon as you create a character. That being said, I wouldn't really do this option if you've got like no high level characters like good gear, because it can be a little bit painful to do just unlock a new character, just because the enemies they're relatively new as far as the scaling goes, so they do take quite some given to take down with like really new characters, but it's about as tough as like some public dungeon enemies basically. Right, so this is how you get in. You can get a quest from this guy, but you're not going to get the quest done if you just want 2 verses. You're going to get 2 verses done in a couple of minutes. It usually takes 30 minutes plus to get the quest done. Alright, so enter this black circle once you get in. This will spawn the first wave. Every verse requires you to complete a stage, which is going to be 3 waves of enemies like this. The easiest way to, or simplest way to do this, stick on the range enemy. Oops. Can I get it? Okay. I was trying to heavy attack him to knock him over. Yeah, stick to the range enemy because the melee enemies will follow you. The range enemies try to run away. But you can stack the enemies together more effectively if you just follow the range enemies. That's wave 1. Wave 2 will be the same but different. You'll probably get some different enemy types. These hags here, some enemies have like specific mechanics that make them a little bit of a pain. These hags here, they have a range reflection. So when they have that like the stinky shield on, don't hit them with range attacks because it will reflect back at you. Especially things like Grim Focus, you will hurt yourself a lot. So the third wave will usually have one of these tougher opponents. Sometimes I focus the tough ones, sometimes I just focus all the little enemies before killing the big one. It's just personal preference. Some like the Crow Wraith thing, the tier 1 enemy, I usually focus them first. But yeah, like this uFuqinwitme or the Frost Atronach and stuff like that, I just leave them for last. Because yeah, the little enemies tend to be more difficult to deal with. Okay, so verses here, these are what you're looking for. So choose these and then progress to the next one, and the next verse will be from the next stage. And yeah, so you can see it doesn't take very long to complete these and doesn't take a lot of effort. Some verses will be really great. Sometimes you get verses that just make the next stage so fucking easy. This one here though is pretty damn terrible. I try to get offensive verses when I can, because they tend to be quite strong in the early stages when you don't need a lot of defense and utility. But yeah, I got a bad roll there. So repeat the process, stick into the range enemy, kill them, and now the melee enemies are together, easy to deal with them. Next wave, just look for what the enemies are. They're all wolves, so they'll all be melee. God, got a bristleback. Yeah, range enemy in the corner here, focus them first, deal with the little enemies. Yeah. Another reason I like to focus the range enemies first is because they are the ones who tend to do those fucking negates. They're like one of the most annoying attacks to deal with. What an interesting mechanic, the bristlebacks. It's like the only channeled attack I know of that you can interrupt it to stop it. To stop like a charge attack. Augmented Areas, a good verse. Unfortunately we got it at the time where we're all finished, so yeah. So when you want to leave, because that's all you have to do, is go to the portal again. Go here. You can fight the boss. It gives you a treasure chest, which could be good for the Golden Pursuit, and some Archival Fortunes, but yeah, you don't have to do that. That door there just gets you back to the entrance. You take the portal here to get back out. And then that'll take you back to the way shrine you came in from, and that's all. Okay, so if you want to get a Mundus Stone, the Lady is probably the quickest to get to in the game to just upgrade straight to if you don't have any way shrines unlocked. But the problem with this is normally you'll have a Mundus Stone active that you want to just have on you, because some of the Mundus Stones are generally better for certain purposes. The Thief is usually one that a lot of damage dealers use, so for example I want to switch back to that. Because yeah, if I grab this one here, it does complete the endeavor, but I want to go get the Thief Stone. So this one here, all you have to do is go Vocal Guard, travel a little bit north and west, and it's up here. If you have the way shrine for the Ritual Stone in Alaka Desert, this is also one of the quickest to get to, because yeah, literally right next to the way shrine. But yeah, if I were to go to get the Thief Stone, you'd find it in the East Marsh. This is the easiest one to get to once you got this way shine. You could use Frostfelt Chasm to get there quickly down here, or you could also use Enchanted Snow Globe, come down here and yeah, just get this way shine. But yeah, it's going to be sort of like that for all the other Mundus Stones. Like for example, if you want the one in Reaper's March, God, I don't know any of the locations for this. Yeah, so as an example, the Steed over here. So I'll link this in the description. This is a list of all the Mundus Stones in the game, where to find them, including Cyrodiil. I wouldn't use Cyrodiil because it's way more of a pain getting to them. This is the way to get to all the Mundus Stones in the game. However, what I would recommend you do instead, to make this much quicker, is to get yourself access to some Guildhalls that will have Mundus Stones in them. These do... there are some. It's going to be a little bit of a pain, I'd say, finding one, though. You'd go to recommended and just look for anything that says, like, crafting hall. Can't find anything... What the fuck? Yeah, so... Giza... Yeah, if you find anything that just says, like, crafting hall, that's what you're looking for. Or anything like Guildhall, whatever. Now, the good thing is, on... PC, sorry, I've got, oh yeah, ITTS, whatever, Guildhouse, we'll try this one. But yeah, I've got on PC, for EU and NA, a Guildhall, both of which have Mundus Stones in them. So, if you're on PC, just check the description and, like, have a look at those houses. I'll show you quickly how to search for them on here. But yeah, those Guildhalls have all the Mundus Stones in them. Oh, hello. Alright, so let's have a look. Oh yeah, beautiful. So all the Mundus Stones are right here. So the reason you want the Mundus Stones in a Guildhall is because, say I wanted to use one of these to complete the endeavour, all I have to do to get the Mundus Stone I wanted back is just literally walk to where the next one is, the one that you want. So they'll all be located here. So yeah, if you want some easy ones to get, I've got them in the description. Just go browse homes, and the user ID I put in there, just put it in. So, trying to remember what it is. Hold on. That's right. So Rawr GuildHall is the one on EU. So that's the one I'd use to do it on EU. But you can use this one too. So yeah, just put the @name in Browse Homes, and it will show up here. You just double click and travel straight there. Really easy to use. And then, yeah, all the Mundus Stones will be there. Unfortunately, I don't know any on console. You'd have to look through home tours. If anyone knows it has like a dedicated guild hall that they go to on console, please let me know so I can add it to the description for people in the long run. It'll help other players a lot. Now, if you are looking to add these to your own home, may I recommend not, because if you go to housing options, wow, holy shit, you go to... Oh, sorry, yeah, this is someone else's home. Let me show you how ridiculous Mundus Stones are. So let me just go to one of my own homes. Alright, so to check it, you go Browse, and you go to Purchase. And it'll be under Services, I believe. Mundus Stones, yeah. So look at this, they're 4,000 crowns each. There are 13 Mundus Stones, which means it's what? So it's 40,000... 50 so it's 52,000 crowns, right? Now, if we have a look, even like we'll add the discount to the crowns at the moment, right? Let's go have a look. So yeah, crowns are discounted. The best possible option, 21,000. You need 3 lots of this, or 2 lots of this, and 1 lot of that. So it's 200. Nearly $300 on sale. What the fuck are we doing, ZeniMax? Okay, so deconstructing, easiest one. All you want to do now is go Imperial City, enter the campaign, and in the Imperial City you'll find a lot of clothing items to deconstruct. Let's just go there. So just accept the invite when it comes up. You'll be taken into the safe zone in Imperial Sewers. And all you do now is just look around. So what you're looking for is anything light and medium armor. And that counts as clothing items. So if we go into this room here, the room with the shield and sword icon, that should have a bunch of stuff you can grab. So this is one of the places you can find some. So there's a helmet, some boots, shoes, boots, boots. There's sabatons, don't need those. So we've got 5 items so far, we need 3 more. So the instances will look a little bit different depending on your alliance, and the locations of the items will be different as well, depending. So in here, you got a jerkin, got some boots here, and got some boots there. So that's 8 items that we need. I think that's more. Yeah, that's 9. So yeah, just look around for stuff like that. Anything that is, yeah, there's some more light armor there. That's good. Now what we want to do is find the tanning icon, this one here. And that will have all the crafting stations in it. That'll have the clothing station, which you can use to deconstruct with. Let's come over here. This one here. Deconstruct. And yeah, just grab all the stuff that you've looted and then deconstruct it. And that's an easy way to do this without requiring any of your own resources. Obviously, you can just craft some more items yourself and deconstruct them, but that requires some of your own resources. Why use your own when you can just use other people's, right? It's also one of the golden pursuits at the moment. It's the deconstruct 50 items. You can research, but that is just such a shittier option compared to just deconstructing a bunch of shit. So yeah, the only one I think the only one I seem to find like struggling with to find some clothing items is the Imperial City side. So what I'll do is I'll show that in a minute, but I just want to show you the option for below level 10, which you can use to get this done too. So what you need to do is just go to Cyrodiil, don't enter the Imperial City district, but just go to Dungeon White Gold Tower here. You're not fighting anything, you're just going into a room to collect a bunch of stuff. So from the entrance, just head right here. Unfortunately, all this stuff is woodworking and blacksmithing items, but in here, Daedric Ember's Trophy Vault, if you just look at the circular tables, sorry, you've got braces here, got some gauntlets, they're heavy armor, don't use that. So you got some breeches, some boots, helmet, and then over the other side, you've got a bunch of more stuff that you can grab. So over here, there's some braces and some everything else is heavy armor, god damn it. But yeah, just grab that stuff, and now all you have to do is, because this whole place will reset and all the containers will reset, including all the armor on those tables, all you do is just go to the exit, leave, you'll be taken to the wayshrine, just travel back in and repeat that process until you get what you need. Now, as for getting a crafting station, you can just go to a wayshrine in an area with a crafting station nearby, or if you go to Halls of Fabrication, travel here via wayshrine, it should be unlocked straight away on any character. There is a clothing station in here that you can use. So it's just a really easy one to reach, and then when you exit, it takes you back to the wayshrine, so that's also easy to use. So it's actually right here. Just yeah, deconstruct the stuff that you need there, and then head back out. So the exit is this this portal right here. Alright, now just checking on a Covenant character, because I struggled with this the other day, I just want to make sure it's fine. Just entering an Imperial City here. When it decides to. Okay, so let's see exit. Let's check the room with the... Oh, this is the ladder room, never mind. Let's just have a quick look. Some boots there. That's a helm, so that's a heavy armor. What else is there in this room? I think that's it. Yeah, okay, so that's one item. Good start. Alright, so this is the crafting room. There might be some things in here. Oh yeah, there's a jerkin, a hat, so that's 2. Some breeches on the ground, some guards, that's 4. Nothing in there. That takes you out to the hostel area. That's heavy armor. Oh yeah, so we've got medium and medium there. Medium. Medium. Some light armor there. Some boots there as well. Yeah, it's all just kind of... Oh, yeah, here you go. Perfect. So there's a bunch of stuff on this table and on the ground here. So yeah, it's all here in Daggerfall as well. You just got to look around a little bit. Okay, cool. I was just making sure. Alright, that's everything really I think needs to be talked about for this daily. So if you have any questions, you know the drill. Just give me a holler. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care for now.